Hello, my name is Heather Vieira, and this is my audition video for the night tour guide position at the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast. Mrs. Borden was last seen alive at about 9 o'clock a.m. by Lizzie and the maid Bridget. Emma, Lizzie's sister, was out of town that day. Mr. Borden and Uncle John Morse were also out that morning doing business in Fall River. Lizzie was downstairs ironing her handkerchiefs. Mrs. Borden was killed in the guest room where Uncle John Morse had stayed the night before. The John Morse room, also known as the murder room, is the most requested room for overnight stays here at the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast. Mrs. Borden was in the John Morse room cleaning that morning. It is unclear if she was facing her attacker or not. However, there was no sign of a struggle and no defense wounds found. However, we do know what wounds was fatal to Mrs. Borden that morning. One blow struck Abby on the left-hand side above her ear. There was another blow to the shoulder blades that was about 4 inches deep. Then there was another 17 fatal blows to the back of the head and neck, equaling out to about 19 blows total. Poor Mrs. Borden was found face down in a pool of her own blood. Due to the blood and the stomach contents of both victims that day, we can determine Mrs. Borden's death was around 9:30 a.m., about an hour and a half prior to Mr. Borden's murder. In the photo on the dining room wall where the autopsies were performed, you can see that she is laying flat. You can also see the blood around her head. In the same photo, in the mirror, you can also see the camera that took that photo. The Borden murders were the first crime scene photos to ever be taken in the United States. It is a morbid fact, but it is true. That concludes our tour of the John Morse room, also known as the murder room. Please feel free to call me at 774-225-1698. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to even make this audition video for you. Have a good day, and thanks again.